For our next speaker, we would like to invite Mr. Ahmer Bilal Sufi. He's a reputable senior lawyer of Pakistan and is one of the leading experts of international law in Pakistan. He has also been Pakistan's former federal law minister. He is the founding president of the Research Society of International Law. We would now like to invite Mr. Ahmer Bilal on stage.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Muazzaz Khawateen wa Hazrat, Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Ishfaq Saab, I would like to congratulate you, sir, for an excellent event and for the initiative that you have taken. I would also like to congratulate Dr. Asif for a wonderful organization. I'm sure such an event is always tough on all the organizers. I must also recognize Justice retired Mushir Alam Saab and Justice Amin Saab, two of the bright stars of their time of the bar before they were elevated. And they must be seeing a very lot of promise in the next generation, that is yourselves before them. It is indeed a matter of great honor to be here. Honor because people that we have just heard and the teams that we have just witnessed are absolutely outstanding. And I think I really wish that we had an opportunity to sit through presentations of a lot of you others who are here. But let me tell you one thing, that international law and its significance for Pakistan cannot be now taken for granted, because Pakistan faces challenges and each one of you will have to now respond to the challenge at an academic level and at a professional level at the same time. So your response and your level of preparedness will determine how good this country will perform in negotiation tables, in multilateral forums, and also in various judicial forums around the world. I'm quite impressed with the quality of performance. I'm quite impressed with the potential that has been witnessed. And I believe that all of you, whether those who have won the prize, who will be going abroad for the final, or those who will be left behind, doesn't matter. They still have a lot of promise and a lot of potential, and I'm sure they will be contributing. The challenges that this country has needs lot of academic input, lot of thinking processes, and such moods help us prepare ourselves for situations that this country has been facing, whether it's Kashmir, whether it's Law of the Sea Convention, whether it's air issues, whether it's Sir Creek, Siachen, laws of territory, laws of Geneva Conventions. This country has faced non-international armed conflict situation. This country is continuously facing an international armed conflict at line of control. It's facing intervention issues, serious issues from the border issues, and they will continue. This is a challenge for Pakistan, and Pakistan will have to handle these challenges. So rule of law, when we talk about rule of law, it's not merely the constitution of Pakistan. Rule of law now means international treaties need to be implemented on the territories of Pakistan. And when we have to implement those treaties, we are talking of millions. So while you have about 4,000 federal statutes and 3,000 provincial statutes, you're talking about treaties in millions that need to be enforced, that we have ratified. That becomes part of the paradigm of rule of law. So upholding the rule of law in Pakistan would mean not only upholding the constitution of Pakistan, not only upholding the statutes of Pakistan, but also multilateral conventions, bilateral treaties that we have had with our people around us. Few days back, I was with 3 different ambassadors of the countries which Pakistan is trying to develop some sort of land connectivity, and the kind of international issues which were coming up, whether they were relating to trucking, liability of goods, TIR Carnet Convention, Container Convention, transit issues, was simply mind-boggling, just one area. And today we see in the case of IHL, the exposure of information is so much that we need to find solutions. So every challenge which is coming up in Pakistan has to be addressed from a legal standpoint. At a personal level, I would request that we have a lot of law colleges, we have a lot of young people who are taking interest in international law. They should seriously consider applying for jobs in UN bodies. United Nations, international organizations are again in thousands. A conservative estimate tells us there are over 50,000 international bodies and multilateral institutions. Pakistan does not apply. There is no footprint of Pakistani young lawyers in the legal divisions of these international organizations. I will urge you that if you have interest in international law, private international law, public international law, any area of international law, please go to the websites. They keep on advertising very frequently. There are so many bodies, and there is no footprint of Pakistani lawyers there just because no one bothers to reach out. So, if you are academic, you may actually transit from a graduation to a straight UN job if you are able to identify. And there are hundreds and hundreds of jobs that are being identified. In Research Society of International Law, we are trying to create some sort of a database that links up young lawyers with such opportunities, because that is the way that eventually Pakistan will have its impact in international organizations if you are into a legal division of an international organization. IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, had two DGs, and both of them were international lawyers which started their journey from the legal divisions of IAEA. Al Baradi and Hans Blix, both were international lawyers. So, and then we have secretary generals who were international lawyers. So, please, I urge you to look beyond this jurisdiction, because the scope of international law is constantly expanding. And if you end up into international organizations, you help Pakistan in a very productive way, apart from helping yourself at the same time. I would also urge you to please take up writing on your own. Become an individual scholar. Develop that island of excellence within yourself. No one is stopping you. In the time that we were at your age, we were struggling to find a space to print our articles and people. We were struggling to queue up before the newspaper editors, requesting them to print articles. You don't have this issue now. You can start a blog, you can start a website, you can start anything. So if you're good, you'll get noticed. The traction of an idea will bring you up. It will actually make you prominent professionally, academically, and apart from that, it will be helping you to serve. So please do not give up on writings. Writings eventually give you a long term career trajectory, whether domestically or internationally. So if you take interest in writing, if you associate with some setups, ad hoc or whatever, you will be able to contribute in your own individual right. The digital media is giving an opportunity that were unthinkable 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Lastly, I would also like to suggest that please think of excellence. Think of excelling in life, because you have been given this gift of life. As गालिब ने कहा था, जान दी हुई उसी की ही, हक तो यूं है कि हक अदा ना हुआ. तो जाने से पहले आपने हक अदा करना है. ये जो ज़िंदगी आपको अल्लाह ताला ने दी है, ये आपने ज़ाहिर है वापस करनी है. तो वापस करते वक्त ये आपको कहना चाहिए कि मुझे आपने ज़िंदगी दी थी, मैंने इसमें वैल्यू ऐड करके इसको वापस कर रहा हूँ. मैंने वैल्यू ऐड की जेसप में एक्सेल करके, मैंने वैल्यू ऐड की 15 आर्टिकल्स लिख के, मैंने वैल्यू ऐड की लॉ की किताब डेवलप करके, मैंने वैल्यू ऐड की कुछ और लीगल इनोवेशन करके, मैंने वैल्यू ऐड की. सो लुक एट वट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू डू, बिकॉज आपके जो रिलीजन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देख लें, कायदे आज़म का जिक्र जस्टिस मुसी आलम साहब ने किया. हजूर पाक सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम खुद सबसे बड़े इंटरनेशनल लॉयर थे. ट्रांजिट ट्रीटीज उन्होंने की, ट्रांजिट अरेंजमेंट्स उन्होंने किया, सेल्स ऑफ गुड्स के वो प्रैक्टिशनर थे, हजरत खतीजा के वो प्रिंसिपल एजेंट का रिलेशनशिप था, सुलह हदैबिया एंड so on. He was himself the writer of the treaties. He was an author of the treaties. One of the greatest sunnah that he left behind for us was upholding the covenant. If you have agreed anything with anyone, please uphold your promise. And that was the whole idea. So हमारा जो ethos है, चाहे वो religious है, चाहे वो cultural है, चाहे जो हमारे current contemporary ideals हैं, they all are into a same direction, upholding the law, upholding the promise that you make, excelling in the area of treaty drafting and negotiation. जो गलबा भी आपने फ्यूचर में पाना है, वो गलबा टेक्नोलॉजी और कानून की ज़ुबान में होगा. फ्यूचर का मोहम्मद बिन कासिम के हाथ में तलवार नहीं होगी, कलम होगा, लीगल एक्यूमेन होगा. वो रास्ते निकालेगा उस गलबे को एनहांस करने के लिए. चाइना ने WTO को बहुत पहले रीड कर लिया था, जब वो आ रहा था अर्ली 90s में. उन्होंने अपनी सारी इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी वीव की अराउंड दिस न्यू लीगल इंस्ट्रूमेंट विच हैज जस्ट अराइव्ड ऑन द सीन. They read the entire scene and they recalibrated their economic policy and they took the leverage. अब उन्हें कोई रोक ही नहीं सकता, लीगली कोई नहीं रोक सकता. They could figure this out very clearly कि WTO ने तमाम barriers गिरा दिए. Access is now a right under international law जो पहले नहीं था. तो उन्होंने क्या किया, अपनी पॉलिसी को लॉ के हिसाब से हम आहंग करने के बाद वो कहीं से कहीं पहुंच गए. सो पाकिस्तान में लॉ के अंदर बेशुमार अपॉर्चुनिटीज, इंटरनेशनल कन्वेंशन में भी और डोमेस्टिक लॉ में भी. उसमें किसी और वक्त बात करेंगे. सरे दस्त, आई वुड अगेन लाइक टू लास्टली congratulate all the participants, all the team members. It's been an honor, privilege, and I hope you will all grow, and with you will grow not only your sense of pride for your parents, but also for your community and your country. Thank you very much.